All right, guys, Larry here. Hey, push session today. Was going to do upper body, but sitting back thinking about how much I would have to do, it doesn't really factor into the busy dad schedule. I'm going to try to get it in at some point because I feel it can help, but I need to refine some things and talk with a couple people to help me refine what I have in my brain, because I just kind of vomit on paper, and then when I look at it, I'm like, oh God, I need to scale this back. And sometimes I can't do that by myself. So that's one thing I want you all to understand, is that having that self-awareness when it comes to training. I love to train. I love being in the gym, but I have to talk with somebody to tell me, hey, maybe you should pull this back just a wee bit. So that's what I'm doing today. So instead of an upper body session, I'm going to be doing a push session, chest, shoulders, triceps, and it's not going to be very high volume, but it is going to be heavy for today. So that being said, let's talk. Let's get to it. Happy Labor Day, everybody. If you don't celebrate, it really don't matter, because most of you all got the day off anyway. But Larry Brown doesn't. And I will be having some working man's coffee in the form of Dunkin' Donuts soon. So let's get to it.
Okay, guys. So starting off with some machine presses, but I want the workout to kind of be a backdrop of what I want to talk to you all about today. And as I'm working through this workout, which is chest push again, I want you all to think about where you're at in this fourth quarter of 2024. And the reason I say that is because there's a certain grind that we're all doing, whether it's a work grind, whether it's a parental grind, whether it's entrepreneurship, bodybuilding. We're all on this sort of path to greatness that we're trying to carve out for ourselves. But the thing about it is that some of our approaches need to change because they're not working. They're not yielding as much fruit as we think they are. And I say that because I'm speaking from my own experience right now. My bodybuilding is not the most optimal in the world. I'm doing what I can, but I can always do more. And I screw myself up by making excuses of not eating my food, skipping meals, missing prayers sometimes, even though that's not bodybuilding related. It's still kind of related. But and I say all of that to say that the things that we want, the things that we think we need or that we crave, they're within arm's distance. They're probably shorter than arm's distance. But the problem is that a lot of us are not putting in that effort to get to that thing that we want so bad. We can make excuses all day as to why we don't have it. We can blame our mom, we can blame our dad, we can blame society, we can blame this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, our execution on things is the only thing that matters. So what I'm challenging you all, and this is a challenge to myself as well, is that we need, not as a collective, but as an individual and as a collective in bodybuilding, we need to analyze our approach and fix it. Our mental approach, our physical approach, our spiritual approach, if there's something spiritual that you believe in. We need to really look at the way that we're approaching those things and where we falling short at. I can tell you where I fall short in my bodybuilding. I can tell you where I fall short in, my life as a Muslim. And those are things that need to be fixed. Those are things that need to be looked at. And the approach to even this video right now, my approach to this video needs to be fixed, very much so. But I want people to understand is that We are in the last quarter of the year, and we need to check ourselves and identify where we're lacking at, because we're lacking somewhere. And I know self-reflection like that isn't the most sexy thing in the world, but I think it's absolutely necessary in this regard, in this framework of bodybuilding and greatness that we're all trying to achieve. So what I want you all to do is I want you all to sit down. I want you to look yourselves in the mirror. And again, I'm not immune from this either. We all need to look at ourselves in the mirror, and we need to figure out, how can we fix this clusterfuck that we've put ourselves in? How can we fix this unoptimal situation and at least salvage it to a point where we can progress and really break through the end of 2024 into 2025? Because by tomorrow, and I mean figuratively, we'll be ringing in the new year and talking about 2025 is our year. I'm leaving stuff behind and this, that, and the other. Start now. You need to read that extra page for your homework. You need to write that extra paragraph for your paper. You need to do that one thing at work that you sit back and bitch about that you don't get paid for, but that can actually put you in a good setting or good standing to move up to the next level at your job. You need to do that extra 30 minutes of cardio. You need to do that extra set. You need to put that fucking food down. The approach that we have, if our grind is not bearing fruit, is wrong, is lacking, and it's something that we all need to fix. So I implore you from the bottom of my heart, because I love each and every one of you as an audience member. If there is something that you've been working so very hard on for a long time,
main thing I want
and it hasn't been working, find a way to change your approach so we can finally get
plans
moving.
do change.
So you can get moving in the right direction.
The upper body day would have probably taken up a little bit too much time-wise, but I'm still going to try to fit it in, but just at a later date. And also be efficient with your volume. Today, I kind of cheated because I have a pre-workout in my system, but generally, I'm trying not to, at least in the wintertime. I'm trying to emphasize more sleep, sort of a hibernating bear type thing. So I'm trying not to take as much pre-workout, but if you noticed, I didn't take a whole lot of time doing a lot of warm-up sets. Basically, I did some band pull-aparts that you didn't see in the video, a couple of warm-up sets, high rep that you didn't see, and then I just went straight to work. And then once I got into the dumbbell presses, I did one warm-up set, and then I did 2 work sets. So I didn't take a whole lot of time warming up. And then another thing I want you all to keep in mind is that you want to keep in mind training economy and overlap. So I didn't do 2 kinds of laterals. I did 1 lateral, 1 press for shoulders, then moved on to triceps for 1 movement. That will obviously switch up later in the week when I do push again, and we'll just go from there. So, you know, to be honest with you, my training is kind of organic. And when you get to a training age that's appropriate, whatever that may be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever is appropriate for you. When you get to a training age where you can identify those things that will hurt your recovery, will help your recovery, is good for your time, is not good for your time, you'll be able to manage those variables and be able to come up with something that you yourself is custom for you. So I'm gonna still try to weave in upper, but right now it's just gonna be push, legs and back, off, push, legs and back, and then probably take the weekend off. I try to train on Sundays and Mondays and take Tuesday, Wednesdays off because those are my off days from work, but that hasn't been working out like that. So the off days fluctuate, but it's generally going to be like 2 days off in a row. So there you go. But thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope you got some good tips out the video. And yeah, that's all I got for today. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and we'll keep rocking and rolling this thing.